Yeah.
Where do you want to start with this?
It reflects a little bit of their misunderstanding of oil markets, it's one. But two, but really, let's get back to the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. It's not ever been intended to be used for political purposes. It's used for hurricanes. It's used for cyber attacks. It's used for emergency situations. It has been going this way since March. And, it's really been used for political purposes since March, right? We really cleared the Ukraine challenges with the gas price that went up and then back down quickly early on. And then since then, this has been all about the price of gas with regular supply and demand related issues, right? So this is a political, there's no doubt that it's political. And again, the mixed signals this administration continues to send on leases, on shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, on wanting more gas now, again, the industry their head continues to spin.
Michael, I get a little passionate about it because my dad owned a gas station when I was growing up as a kid. I mean, that was it. That was our family. And my mom was a telephone operator. My dad owned a gas station in La Habra, California during the gas crunch. So I know how gasoline stations make money. And I guess one of the things that worried me about the comments was that he's going to make people angry at the local gas station owner, which, by the way, is generally like mom and pop, if not a first-generation immigrant to the United States. They own a lot of gas stations across the United States. A great way to start a small business. Talk to us about how the pricing mechanism actually works, as much as you know.
Brian, I've talked to you many, many times, and I've asked you, what is the value of crude oil? The value of crude oil is zero. The value of crude oil is the refined products that come from it. And so that's the issue. We do not have enough capacity right now. And that's why prices are high. That's why inventories are low. And so you can jigger all you want with the SPR. You can produce more oil, but it really boils down to, do you have the capacity to produce that product? And that's why there is a disconnect between oil coming down $40 and the price is not coming down as much. It's just that simple.
Yeah, and the futures market, what we show our viewers on CNBC, that price chart of oil that we show them, that has become slightly disconnected from the physical market, right, Mike? If I want to actually give you a barrel of oil, the price I see on the screen may not be the price I sell it to you at, in part because of the sale of the SPR disrupting parts of the futures market, correct?
That's right. That's right. One of the other things that, is interesting to me, Brian, too, is the president talked about, U.S. producers needing to do their nationalistic duties and basically start producing more. I would basically tell you that, U.S. producers and oil majors are not an extension of the U.S. government. Yes, they want to basically produce as much as they possibly can, but guess what? They're run by their shareholders, and some of their biggest shareholders are the biggest ESG proponents out there. And those guys are not telling them to produce more. They're telling them to maximize profit, give the capital back to them. And so the Biden administration really wants something done. They should approach those largest shareholders because right now they do not want them to drill. And they definitely are not going to want them to drill at $70 oil.
Well, Frank, do you agree with that? Because, I mean, the president says we are not – I'm going to try to quote the president directly. Let's debunk some myths. We are not discouraging production of oil.
Well, since the beginning of this administration, they've sent mixed signals on that. Sometimes they're for drilling, sometimes they're not for drilling. And they've played around with lease sales and they've done all kinds of different things. So they've really sent mixed signals on that all along. Secondly, we forget that these companies lost billions and billions of dollars in 2021, 2020. And it's hard to that has to come into play when you're thinking about what shareholders are doing right now.